Sorry, I'm muted. Sorry. Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I am here 365 days of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. We have got epic Lord of the Rings level troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. Looking at you, lucky girl, but others as well. Thank you so much, everybody who has played Whack-A-Troll on this channel. And if you're watching this on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go. Or you can watch back on like 1.25, which is good. I was just over on Hal Sparks, listening to Hal Sparks, his morning show, and he will never see this, but happy birthday, Hal Sparks. And there's been this huge philosophical discussion he's been having all morning. And so I have your great questions, but I did want to just start with just a couple of things. One was a thought experiment Hal was doing that, I doubt it, but wouldn't it be glorious? All right, we're going to start with that. There's also, actually, before I get to that, he was just talking, he and his guest were talking about, apparently on TikTok, the younger generation are currently obsessed with Gen Xers. And apparently there's one TikTok in particular where there's a young woman and she's like, how did you do stuff without the internet? I mean, if you didn't know who somebody was, I mean, how did you find out? And she's like, depends. Did you go to the library? Yeah. Or watch the credits, or ask somebody, or, and I am working on finishing my novel In Time, which is about time loops. But the first one's about a time loop, but the whole series, the Mysterious In series, is this group of people being thrown from genre to genre, but it's also from decade to decade to decade. And there are always two people who are kind of awake, who know it's like, wait a second, I'm from this other year. And suddenly they're in 1971, 1931, 1951, 1941, and I realized that part of that is my brain just trying to cope with the huge changes I've seen in my life. So, and it's a lot of fun to go back and revisit stuff as I make notes for the future books, because I know what most of them are. And I have to say one thing about 1971. Of all the things in 1971, I know this is not the most wildly important thing, but why the ferns? Why the ferns? I mean, there were ferns all over the place. Ferns. I don't get it. Never did. It's okay. Anyway. All right. All right. So one of the things that Hal was talking about, so we'll start. Valerie was starting. Yeah, everywhere. Why? Oh, Ricky says, and the star of the show, soon to star in a sequel to Dazed and Confused called Dazed and Confused 2, Graduation Day. Boo-boos and Kitty. They sound out on the couch, so I guess it would fit. Cindy Loomis is saying ferns were the Victorian revival in gardening. I know. But Scary Harpy, WTF? Why the ferns? That's good. Do you mind if I use that? Is that okay? Because that's awesome. Oh, that's good. Cherry Bomb says that's going to be my new thing when I'm at work, swearing. What the ferns? Hello, Ginger. Oh, okay. Anyway, so one of the things, actually, it's more like 5:30 now, but what one of the things that Hal was talking about was a thought experiment. This idea that the thought experiment, which is, what if we've actually evolved and moved on, and we all live to be, in reality, we all live to be, 3,000, 4,000 years old. And so this is us in a simulation to go through these various lives early in life, because otherwise we are insufferable, and can't transition into useful members of society. So Hal called it an ancestor simulation. It's not my thing, but sure. Okay, this is a thought experiment. Right? But one of the things he brought up in this thought experiment, which is kind of one of the first things that makes it a no-go for me, is the idea that there are some NPCs, some non-player characters, who will just come into your life briefly to do a certain thing, to pass on a piece of information, what have you. I think everybody here has a soul. I think everybody here has their own stuff to go through. And the fact is, in the future, I mean, granted, I guess it's a simulation, but boy, there'd have to be a lot of simulations, because there are going to be so many more humans in the universe than there are now. I mean, we may hit another bottleneck at some point, until, between now and hopefully when we can get out of the solar system, because I do believe we are going into deep space. Humans are. We're just, see ya, we're going. And humans are going to survive and thrive and spread. But anyway, so this idea of a non-player character who's like a catalyst, I suppose. And I just stopped in the middle of what I was doing. And I thought, oh my gosh, let's ask, is there a chance? No, I don't believe in it. But just in the off chance, even in the minuscule chance, we have to ask, is Trump a non-player character? Is it possible that we're in a simulation and Trump doesn't exist? I'm not asking, honestly, because I think that's the case. I'm asking because, talk about something that will burn his toast. Oh, you? Yeah, you're a non-player character. Scary Harpy's asking, does he have a soul? Yes. Everybody has souls. All right. Temperance. Half man, half woman. 1 foot on the land, 1 foot on the water. All angel. Yes, temperance. All right. So this is the that we're talking about. Okay. Cherry Bomb says, I mean, definitely Eric, right? So forgettable. That's what he is. 6 of Pentacles. 9 of Cups. 5 of Pentacles. Justice. Ace of Pentacles. Oh no. Oh nay nay. He's here to experience a few things too. Oh my gosh. Lisa Graham says he entered our timeline uninvited as per usual. Yes, entertainment only. Yes, thankful. Thank you, thankful. No, he's got his own lessons. He's got his own work order. Because longtime viewers know I'm not actually the lessons. I'm not a big believer in where we come down here for lessons. I believe it's part of it, but I think we get work orders. I think we're down here to do specific things, and we need to learn certain things to do a better job of whatever that is. But I think we have our work, like being a plumber. We get a work order. We're supposed to go do the thing. Now, you're going to learn some things about plumbing. You're going to need that information. And at the end, you're going to be better. But you're here to fix the plumbing. So fix the plumbing. That's my personal feeling. But, oh yeah, of course, Smith wouldn't want his life review. Mm-hmm. Well, the life review that comes just as you're dying, that's just a brain thing. Your brain just basically opens up the memory banks and just races through every memory you have, probably in desperation, trying to come up with, is there any information that could save us? But there's a different, obviously, once you cross over, then it's, let's walk through this, shall we? Yeah, he's got his own stuff. And boy, who is he going to get schooled? Put it that way. Dave says, I saw Guilfoyle accidentally this morning. Either her lips are getting bigger or her chin is getting smaller. Oh, wow. Kind of sad. She was lovely. And I don't understand she has every right to do it. I don't understand if it's, does she despise herself that much? And I do believe in, no, I don't believe. I'm not a believer in there's an old French, what's the word, maxim? But you should always wear one thing that is slightly uncomfortable, something tight or something that will hold you to give you, that bit of elegance. Obviously, I'm not big on that, but have you seen her doing the shorts in her office to plug her talk show-ish podcast? Man, is she crowbarred into those dresses. It's like, oh, honey, breathe. Let yourself breathe. And really, I mean, you do you. I just want to throw it out there that not every, you don't need to bring out the girls every day. If you're talking about politics, you could just relax just a little. Just a little. Anyway. All right. So, no, he's a real boy. Thank you, Gerardo. Thank you. No, she is not. I don't believe she's possessed, Lisa Graham. Very, very few people are possessed. So, Kathy Delay was talking about gargoyle. So, anyway. Glenn, I normally do not wish ill on anyone, but since it's not a possible thing, I will share this. I will put this thought out into the universe. I will agree with Glenn and Tigress of Forley. This is not a reading, just a thought to throw into the ether. Glenn said, "May those who deny the Holocaust have their armpits infested with the fleas of 1,000 camels." Nod to Johnny Carson. And Tigress of Forley said, "Add to that the bed bugs of 1,000 Durals." I don't wish ill on anybody, but since those aren't actually possible, anyway. Elizabeth says, "Well said." All right. So, speaking of the idiot himself, 16 minutes in, I'm sad to report. Sad, disgusted. He tweeted or whatever, and wow, I'm not going to yell it. I don't have the energy. But this is worse than normal. That is saying something. In fact, I've got to go back because he's tweeted a lot. You ready? A message from the former president of the United States, Donald J. for Genius Trump. Senate Democrats should all resign based on Senator Bob Menendez. Do you own a mirror? Anyway, they all knew what was going on the way he lived. Why doesn't the FBI raid Senate Democrats' homes like they illegally raided Mar-a-Lago, where nothing was done wrong based on the Presidential Records Act? No, and no. Menendez is a piker, in quotes, compared to some of those election-stealing thugs. Can you imagine how much crooked is stolen and what's in some of his many homes? Many homes? Yes, 2? Project much? You can almost hear the rattling of the film canister just being set up and running. Projection much? Anyway, the FBI and Justice notified him they would be going to look in a few weeks. In other words, get rid of the cash, gold, and documents ASAP before we get there. Dude, you were warned. You were warned. What did you do with the cash, gold, and documents? They didn't give me any warning. They just showed up. I think the Secret Service might have a slightly different view on that, but okay. Hunter lived with Crooked Joe in Delaware. It would be a treasure hunt. What, is this a new reality TV show? Crooked's coffers must be loaded up with cash. I wonder how much he got paid for rigging the election. Menendez is one of many, a small timer at that. Every Democrat should resign from the Senate. Our borders are broken. Our elections, ''S, are rigged. MAGA. They are almost all dishonest and corrupt, but Comcast, with its one-sided and vicious coverage by NBC News, and in particular MSNBC, often incorrectly referred to as MSDNC, Democratic National Committee, should be investigated for its country-threatening treason. Apple's asking any questions today? Yeah, I know. Just bear with me. The endless coverage of the now fully debunked scam known as Russia, 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 and much else is one big campaign contribution to the radical left Democratic Party. I say upfront, openly and proudly, that when I win the presidency of the United States, they and the others of the lamestream media will be thoroughly scrutinized for their knowingly dishonest and corrupt coverage of people, things, and events. Why should NBC or any of the other corrupt and dishonest media companies be entitled to use the very valuable airways of the USA free? They are a true threat to democracy and are, in fact, the enemy of the people. The fake news media should pay a big price for what they've done to our once great country. From the Washington, this has been a message from our former president, Donald J. Virginius Trump. From the Washington Post, Donald Trump's lawyers have until Monday, that's today, to explain why he should not be subject to a gag order restricting what he can say about the election obstruction case he faces in the nation's capital. Earlier this month, prosecutors asked U.S. District Judge Tanya S. Chutkan to issue the gag order, arguing that Trump's incendiary comments about the case could intimidate witnesses and make it hard to find an impartial jury. The government's proposed gag order hit the public docket Thursday. Kawinky dink? Yeah. So, he is unhinged. It's getting worse. True, Sandra Morris. He left out, get off my lawn. Yes. Yes. Renier is asking if he's going for an insanity defense. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, Linda. Cherry Bomb. Donald, are you okay? So, there's that. So, first of all, I want to know about Chutkan. The gag order. Now, we're not likely to hear the results. She's not going to rule probably until next week, because whatever they go through today, whatever the government puts forward today, oh, thank you, Julie. Thank you. The Trump's lawyers will have 5 days to come up with their own lunacy excuse as to why Trump shouldn't be gagged. So we're not going to hear anything today. So, oh, Judge Chutkan, hello. Gag order? Cherry Bomb says, we'll hear the post, I have been gagged, at all caps. Yes, exclamation points. If you were gagged, it would... Okay. The man, the toddler. The man, the woman, the camera, the TV. Hierophant. Judgment. Son. Death card. King of Cups. I think Jack Smith, that's him here. I think Jack Smith is going to have a very good day with this. Dang, son. 4 major arcana. Trump scrutinized everything out in the open. Now, the government potentially passing judgment. So you're being warned. Although it will probably be very specific. But is Trump going to keep his mouth shut? Of course he isn't. And King of Cups. There's Jack Smith. Just hanging out. Got a cup with his Subway sandwich, you know. Oh, boy. Davina says, I'm so afraid he's going to blow a gasket and miss the fun. Oh, I hope he doesn't blow a gasket. I want him to live A long life. Coyote Rosenbaum, yes, I've been gagged. We've all been gagged by this, haven't we? All right. Now at 25:30. So anyway, if someone's saying that Trump is getting more unhinged, you can say, why, yes, because that's why I share his ravings with you sometimes, because we need to check in just to see wow. Okay. So Trump is trying to peel off union support for Biden in an angry rant, which I will not share. He did say to union members, people who are currently union members, I will make you rich. Honey, you can't make yourself rich. You couldn't. You ran a casino into bankruptcy. This is like your mama jokes. I mean, your finances are so bad. Man. Your finances are so bad. Elon Musk is asking you for advice. Oh Lord, how bad are they? Yes, Valerie Sargent. So, how's that going to go? Cherry Bomb says, no, I get it. He's going to legally change their names to Richard and call them Rich. It tracks. Yeah. 5 of Pentacles. People are suffering. Meanwhile, the 1% of the 1%, that's obscene. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. How many $100 million yachts do you need to own? Please. While there are children starving. Sit down. And not on a yacht. Devil. Page of Cups. Yeah, no thanks. Oh, his great victory. Come with me, you'll have a victory. Yeah, and lose my rights. And make the, let's see, Trump added more money to the deficit of any president in history. And if he got in again, then how much worse would he make it? For that, the trickle-down economics, which has been proven over and over and over, it doesn't work. Doesn't work. How many times do we have to go through this? Trickle-down economics does not work. Anyway, but Janelle Espinosa, sorry, to the debt and deficit, yes. Yeah. So at 29:30, I'm sorry to say, on the news this morning, they've been talking about new polling. We hate polling. I wouldn't say we hate. We're not like wishing them, harm, and even not that kind of hatred. But okay, polling this morning has in a standoff between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, a rematch in 2024 for the presidency, the polling is currently saying that they are absolutely tied. Okay. Decency, infrastructure, found in court to have assaulted a woman, defrauded people, banned from banned from having any power within a charity for a decade, on and on and on. Oh, and he's currently facing 91 felony charges. And part of the party that has taken rights away from women. And that's, you're saying they're tied? Look, I know I'm a Democrat. I've made no... This is a blue channel. It just is. Kathy Delas says polls predicted a red wave last election. Exactly. Oh, come on. You've got to be kidding me. Don't you kidding? Don't you kidding? Man. You've got to be kidding. Oh. Really? Really? Suburban housewife, yes. Blue waves. Blue wave. Yes, thankful. And entertainment only. Entertainment purposes only. Entertainment only, YouTube. All right. The Star. 10 of Wands, 9 of Wands, 4 of Swords. We are way too far out. Page of Cups, Queen of Wands. They are so not getting a representative. Hello, Susie Q. They are not getting a representative. Look, on the MAGA side, they're always aggrieved with something and all beaten up, but we are so far out from the election, and there are a lot of young people who are not being polled. There are a lot of people who are going to vote Democratic who are not being polled. Whereas this is a young Democrat or a woman who is, what? Huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'll vote. I'll be sure to vote. But right now I'm busy. Got stuff going on. This would be the Queen of Wands. This would be the supporters of Trump. The supporters of Trump kind of hanging out by the landline. It's too early. It's too early. They're not getting a good cross section. So, yep. Okay, so I want to, before I want to do something else. I'm going to jump around a little bit here. And yes, that's what I wanted to do next. At 34:20. Oh my gosh, Julie Hinners, thank you so much for gifting 10 YouTube memberships to 10 random people in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. All right, so, well, let's make this 3450. Okay. MAGA activist Charlie Kirk calls for a boycott of Burger King. Okay. Why? Says their food is poison. Okay, he's on a health kick. An occasional fast food meal will not do you much harm, I don't believe, unless you have underlying health conditions. Don't live on it, but every blue moon, if you're out and about, why not? Mm-mm. He's saying their food is poison. He's calling for a boycott. But that's not actually why he's calling for the boycott. He wants there to be a boycott of Burger King, citing the fast food giant's decision to pull its ads from a platform hosting Russell Brand, who has been accused of assault. Yeah. So, should Burger King be worried? Salty Chip says burger it is then for lunch. I know. There's part of me that's like, been a while since I had, because they have an Impossible Burger. If you get it without mayo, it's vegan. Free blue moon. We'll see. Yes, Black Cat, Blue Chair. We were just looking at that. Yeah. Thank you, Sir Con. So, have it his way. But how is Trump going to get crowned if they boycott Burger King? Yes, Page of Swords. Rumble, rumble, rumble. And it's actually, I think, on Rumble. Anyway. Sorry. Mrs. Katara said I had Burger King for lunch yesterday. There we go. Justice card. That's what Russell Brand's facing. 10 of Swords. Judgment. 6 of Wands. 10 of Cups. There's nothing here about Burger King. Nothing. Maybe family stopping by Burger King on their way home. That's it. There's no. They're trying to find talking points. We're going to have this great victory. This is minor arcana. Meanwhile, life carries on. I'm sorry, I keep hitting the microphone. I don't mean to. I just. Sherry Pump's asking, are Burger King and Dairy Queen married? They should be. Valerie Sargent says that meme with Trump and the Queen with his Burger King crown, chef's kiss. Lori Love says, I don't really eat fast food, but now a visit to Burger King is in order. Yeah. Elizabeth B likes the onion rings. Okay. So, yeah. Peter Navarro. Oh, he's a special kind of idiot. If anybody who doesn't remember off the top of your head, and you would be forgiven for not being able to keep this circus straight. Peter Navarro is the one who went on Ari Melber's show multiple times and talked about he was part of the plan, the Green Bay sweep, to put in the fake electors, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And Ari Melber was like, you just admitted to taking part in a coup, an attempted coup. And Navarro said, no, he didn't. When that's what he had just said. But he's But he's a conservative, and he's a man, and he's white. So how could anyone say I've done something illegal? Police don't bother me ever. Well, now he's finding out. I wanted to give him just a tiny bit of credit, because apparently he's actually in pretty good shape, because he is a big yoga aficionado type. He's just big into the yoga. And it was like, oh, okay, all right, And then I find out everything else about him. It's like, oh, no. That credit I gave you, yeah, it's not legal tender. Yeah. Anyway, Joyce Matthews says, Navarro was on again the other day. I guess he didn't learn. Exactly. So, convicted Trump aide Peter Navarro accuses CNN of homicide. Why? Because actually, I've got to pull up the quote on this one. Yeah, here. Okay. Okay. Oh, and that's the other thing he did, but we'll get to that in a second. He's appealing his conviction on Sunday. So yesterday. He was saying now, I don't know if this is true. I do not know if this is true. This is not medical advice. This jerk said, so I don't inherently trust it, from Mayo Clinic's website, grudging admission of glaring truth, hydroxychloroquine may be used to treat no. But he went on to say, for all you murderers at CNN, John Berman, who spread lies about hydroxy, this one's for you. In a separate post, Navarro claimed he had 1 million of these tablets while working in the Trump's administration. At the White House, I had 1 million tablets of hydroxy that could have saved thousands of lives, but CNN crusaded against it to beat Trump. Negligent homicide at a minimum. The FDA was also implicated in hydroxy suppression, which it should be my understanding. Or isn't this the stuff? Isn't that the tank, the fish tank cleaner? Is that the right? Yeah. Yeah. No. And YouTube, don't ding me. I'm saying this man is an idiot and he's wrong. Yeah, Kelly, Jiminy Christmas. Yeah. The heck? Anna says COVID cases are up. The lies on it are coming back along with anti-vax and anti-tank lies. Pathetic. Thank you. Lucky Girl says, yep, fish stuff. Okay. What I'm getting from this is he's one sandwich short of a picnic. He's one card short of a tarot deck. Oh, was that the dewormer stuff? Whichever. Yeah. Hermit. Knight of Cups. Aide of Cups. He's an idiot and should be shunned. They've done a ton of work to save us and get us through the pandemic and bless everybody who did the right thing, who wore their masks, who worked in the hospitals, who talked to their relatives out of bad ideas. everyone who fought to keep humanity alive during the pandemic, thank you. Thank you. And it continues. Ignore this idiot. And that's all I'm getting is just ignore him. Oh, salty shit. The Ivor stuff was the dewormer. Ew. Shauna says the Impossible Burger is actually pretty good. I know, right? Even my family likes it. Even my dad likes it. It's kind of weird. Yes, lucky girl, FYI. Please do not take medical advice from Peter Navarro or anyone in the chat or on YouTube. Discuss with your doctor, please. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Look for someone who does not have just an awesome picture of a painting of downtown Chicago from the 1932 World's Fair. Go talk to somebody who has certificates on their wall that I don't have when it comes to medical stuff or your finances. Anyway. All right. And we move on to guess who else is in the news? Corey Lewandowski. Yes, indeed. If you don't know who Corey Lewandowski is, just imagine. I don't know if you have any relatives who are staggeringly sexist, I think would be the nicest way to put it. Is that, help me out, chat. Is that what you would, that the nicest way you describe Corey Lewandowski? Anyway, he's been hired, and a major GOP donor demands his money back. Corey Lewandowski. Yeah, Janelle Espinosa. He's quite the ladies' man. Mm-hmm. That's one way to put it. So, the hiring of former Donald Trump campaign manager Corey Lewandowski by a Republican seeking the Louisiana gubernatorial nomination has set off a firestorm that has a major donor not only demanding his money back, but also urging voters to not vote for the candidate. So it's like $100,000. He's like, give me my money back. So Jeff Landry brought on the controversial Lewandowski. John Odom wants his money back because of talk. At issue is the, well, it says fact. I don't know if it's a fact. But at issue is that Odom's former wife was on the receiving end of, let's just say, unwanted advances by Lewandowski in Las Vegas in 2021. He's a ladies' man indeed. So are we going to have to put up with more of this jerk, or will he please go join the others in the dustbin of history? Man. Jennifer Taylor? He's so gross. Yes. Ick. Oh, yeah, you're the man. Well, I might be bringing home the bacon and frying it up in a pan, but you're never going to get anywhere near it, so blankety blank. Okay. 9 of Swords. Oh. Six of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Five of Cups. Don't do it. Fire him immediately. Entertainment only, YouTube. But in my opinion, whoever's hired, Corey Lewandowski, fire him immediately. This is women suffering. He's still making a little bit of money. He works at Trump. He's, hire him. This is women being hemmed in. This is Republican women being blind enough to stay anywhere near this guy. And Five of Cups, this is more women being potentially hurt. So do not get anywhere near this jerk. Entertainment only. My opinion. I'm allowed my opinion. Do not go anywhere near this guy. Anyone, any of you, don't. If you're, you're wherever and you walk into, a building or convention or whatever, and this guy's there, turn around and walk out and ask for your money back to whatever you signed up for. Let's say, as long as he's there, no women should be here. So, yeah. Valley Sergeant says he's probably got some cooties. Man. Okay, 5230. So we've looked at Corey Lewandowski and Peter Navarro and Trump. Oh, by the way, Navarro, I forgot to mention, he the women who've written books about being in the Trump White House or being involved in that, who will go out promoting their books, he called them, I'm not making this up, pimp ladies. So, Glenn, going back to Trump for a second here, 5315. Glenn is wondering if Trump's health is going to take a nosedive in October, which the cards say. I hope not. Let's have a look. Yeah. Cherry Bomb says, a comedian says, take my wife, please. And Cora stands up and shouts, I tried. Yeah. Trump's health. Talk about someone whose insides look like the grease trap at a fast food restaurant. Man. I wanted Burger King. Now, I'm not sure. Getting your Trump's energy, it's like, I really want a salad. All right, that's what we're worried about. That's a card for the reading. That's, hang on. Trump's health. Well, he's under a wee bit of stress that he brought on himself. Maybe don't crime. Quit criming. 10 of Swords, 4 of Wands, 4 of Cups, Temperance, Ace of Swords. Okay. His health is not amazing through his own actions. This, yeah, let's just say it's an inflammation hot zone everywhere. Partying around, not listening to medical advice, It's not great, but see this great big temperance, major arcana card here, and an ace of swords. This man has medical care, the likes of which the rest of us can only dream about. He'll be able to be at his court stuff. It'll go on. But and good. I want him to have a nice long life after he has been convicted based on evidence in a court of law. And I would love if he never was allowed to golf again, that he was confined and he was forced to eat vegetables. Lots and lots of vegetables. Earth Yogi, the way you've worded that, probably on purpose, it sounds very Star Trek. Trump, live long in prison. Yes. Oh, man. All right, at 57. All right, I'm going to double check this. I read on this every once in a while. I'm going to specifically, Julie was asking about it this morning, and I was watching Kirsten Langston over on Third Eye Champagne, the great Kirsten Langston, my inspiration in so many ways. She was talking about how she thinks, she was talking to Andre from Astrology Alert, who's just amazing as well. So I saw that video, I was like, oh, stop everything, must watch. Anyway, so they were talking, because she's picking up him going overseas and staying. I haven't been picking that up, so I want to double check, because she's very good. Oh, thank you, Glenn. Thank you. So, Trumpy, are you going to flee the country? Lullabelle says Sterling sees that as well. Fair enough. Well, first of all, no, I'm going to win. I'm going to win. Well, no, he's not. Magician, 8 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, King of Swords. I get he fantasizes about pulling a fast one. It's part of his whole litany of fantasies. But this feels like the documents case. This is waiting for a ship to come in, but also looking out on the horizon like, well, where could I go? What could I do? But King of Swords, hello, Jack Smith, and other prosecutors who are going to make sure that ain't happening. Also, he's not going to be able to go overseas without Secret Service, to the best of my knowledge. And at the end of the day, they're supposed to be law enforcement. So Renia says the window for him to escape has come and gone, I believe. I still don't see him being able to do that. But I could be wrong. Nobody who does this is 100% accurate. That's not how this works. So it's a puzzle. Lisa says Jack is a new prosecutor from The Hague. Yes, I read on that just the other day. Okay, Valor Sergeant's asking, can Secret Service be arrested for aiding and abetting a fugitive? I would think so, yes. Anyway, all right, well, that's going to do it for me for today. It is 1:12 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I will be over on the Creative Sprints channel. Sarah still doesn't have power, at least last I heard. Having a look. She sees trucks out working, but she can't. I just hit myself in my nose. That kind of day. Anyway, yeah, I hope she has power soon, just for the sake of having power. But I'll definitely be over there at 3 o'clock. So, and I will send her some love. She's such a great person. Best. She's my bestie. But anyway, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And just remember, you're not alone. We are in this together. All the silliness, all the grossness, all of that. We're in it together. And there are good days ahead. There are. Watching these jerks get their comeuppance. Oh, it's going to be glorious. Oh, it's going to be glorious. All right? So hang in there. All right. Yeah, I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Take care.